everybody, and welcome to Women Changing Our World. You are?
Good morning. I'm Jamie.
I am Kelly.
You're doing it today.
We're doing it. How was your weekend?
It was good.
Good.
Good? I don't even remember. I feel like every day is the same. I don't even remember the weekend.
It doesn't really matter. People are like, what'd you do this week? And I'm like, the same thing I do Monday through Friday.
Yeah,
it's just a different day of the week.
Yes, it is the same thing.
I know.
You know, just like a normal, ordered Instacart, got my celery.
Got your celery juice, pooped your pants.
Pooped my pants, all day, every day.
Okay, we were talking last night. Did you end up eating pizza?
I did.
Did it make you sick?
So sick.
I told you.
So sick.
How many times did I tell you yesterday, do not eat the pizza?
It's like football Sunday. It's the weekend. It's like that's the
You're
food
insane.
that you want. And it continues. It's the worst. It's the worst. It's like the worst.
You just do it to yourself, Jamie.
I know. I'm going to have to figure out another option. But you know who I did talk to last week? Do you remember Lissa?
Yes, we had on.
I did talk to her the other day, and she was trying to help me add more food. And
God help her. God help her.
She said that her tip was that because I said, if I have a glass of wine, then I'll make a bad choice with food. Like if like when she starts drinking, you're like, oh, I want French fries, I want this, blah, blah.
Right.
And so she said that every time you have a glass of wine, eat an apple.
Ugh. I'm not doing that ever.
And she said it will offset kind of like your hunger because when you drink, it's like sugar. So your body is actually craving good sugar. So she said, eat an apple.
No, I'm having like cheese and crackers.
Right.
I'm having like pizza.
Right.
I'm having
the
sugar.
Stuff. That was her advice. Also, eat more salads. And I was like,
oh you hate salad.
I hate salads. That's the point. That is what is preventing me from being like a vegan. Because I really just do not like salad. And it's so cold and it's so weird. And
I like salad.
Ugh.
But anyway, okay, let's get to some in the news.
Oh, yeah. Do you have news?
So I was like searching online, yada, yada. Listen to how bizarre this is.
Oh.
This lady in Australia, single mom of 3. Mm-hmm. Okay, like kept noticing weird things in her house. Like she felt uncomfortable for like weeks at a time. Like she would turn on her alarm system but come home and it would be off. Like little things would be moved around. Like
oh, that is really
weird things,
scary,
right?
Actually, yeah.
So, but she just was like, I might be going crazy.
Okay.
Right? Like I might be going crazy. I'm a mom of 3 kids, single, like maybe I'm tired. Came home with her kids, TV was on, air conditioning had been turned on, a plate of chicken nuggets in the kitchen. So she called the police. Somebody had been living in her attic.
No.
Undetected for who knows how long.
No. Are you serious?
Yes. I would move.
I thought it was going to be like you were like, I was going down the road of like maybe it's a bear or like an animal that had gotten in, but this is like a human being.
A human being living in their attic.
No. Oh, that is
Can you
terrifying.
believe it?
That's terrifying.
So when I read that story, I was like, forget it. I went upstairs. I opened my little door of the attic. I made sure it was locked, made sure no one was in there.
That is crazy.
I know.
And I love how they just helped themselves to chicken nuggets.
Right?
Like they were like, you know what? While they're not home, I'm just gonna microwave myself up some nugs. I'm just gonna leave it out here. Not gonna they didn't even try.
They didn't even try.
Like it wasn't like they were eating them in the attic. They were just like, I'm laying on the couch.
I know. But how did you not hear them in the attic? I don't know, but that freaks me out.
That is crazy.
I know it.
That is like my worst nightmare.
I know. Okay, other women in the news. JoJo Siwa. Is it Siwa or Siwa?
Siwa. JoJo Siwa.
Yeah. Okay, I have been to one of her concerts.
Yes, Big Bows.
Big Bows, big things.
Bows.
She just came out this weekend as part of the LGBTQ community.
Huh. Interesting.
So she's 17. She's uber famous. She's getting tons of support. So good for her. Congratulations, JoJo.
JoJo.
You be you.
I love
we
your
support
bows.
you.
Yeah. She's very popular with the young community.
Yeah, like my 7-year-old.
Yeah. She's really she's very, very popular.
I know, but I think if I wore my hair in a ponytail like that for so long, it would give me such a headache.
Right. We should try on her bows.
I have some of her bows. I'll bring them in.
We should totally do
I will.
that.
I mean, not for me. I have the bows. They aren't for me. They're for my kid.
Or are they?
I mean, listen, I could rock them. Okay.
No, I love that. Go JoJo. I think, you do you.
I think you do you.
You, especially in this day and age.
Yeah. Rock it. Okay.
Sorry, I was
also,
very distracted. Jerry's pants were walking my way. Jerry has these very bright red pants on today, and I was like, it was like the sunshine was like, hold on, Jerry's coming.
very Seville red today.
It is.
I know. And then we have a video for you guys, viewers,
Yes.
later from our guest from last week, Jamie's 5th grade teacher. We loved her so much. She was hysterical.
Yes.
She sent us a video update about her, so we'll show that later.
Yeah. From Florida, from the
Yeah.
golf cart, she's going to tell you all about it.
Yeah, I have some funny stories about things that happened to me over the weekend. I will share those after our interview.
And who do we have on today?
Who do we have on today, Jamie?
Cricket Masters is
I'm
here.
so excited.
I'm so excited. She is a pilot. She is in the military. She is a badass for sure. I cannot wait to hear all about her.
I can't either.
I know.
You know, my
she's
cousin's he's a Marine. He's
Really?
deployed right now. I don't know where he is,
Aw.
but he's somewhere. He's
Yeah.
doing fine.
I love it.
I know. So, and who else do we have on upcoming?
We have so many people. Hannah is coming on.
From Below Deck. I'm telling you. Okay, I'm gonna have to man the computer for that one.
Hannah Ferrier will be on. I'm super excited about that.
I can't wait. What date is she coming on?
So she is coming on. We're actually going to change the date of that show. So she's going to come on because
That's right.
Hannah is in Australia. So if all of you who have been watching Below
It's like
Deck,
14 hours.
it's 14-hour
ahead.
difference. Hannah is in Australia. She's home. She just had a baby. So she's been super, super busy. So we are going to Skype her in from Australia. So we're going to do
that's
the show
exciting.
on Friday so Hannah can get a little break on Saturday
So
morning.
any Bravo lovers?
Yes. Oh, you know who else we have on the 15th of February?
Who?
Lindsay Dahl. She is she's from Beauty Counter.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
know, yes, she is involved with all the social mission stuff that Beauty Counter does. So she is the one that is like fighting for rights in Congress to get better beauty products into the hands
Very
of
cool.
the people. She's awesome. So she's going to be on. She also just had a baby.
Why is everyone having babies?
Everyone's-
COVID babies.
COVID.
Everyone's going to have COVID babies.
All of our guests
Ooh,
are having
and also
babies.
we should tell all of our viewers,
Yeah.
we are being featured tomorrow by an Instagram group.
Yes. So exciting.
What is it called? Do you remember?
I don't remember. It's called so they have actually their own podcast, and they feature women that are
Here, I'll
doing
tell.
amazing things in media. So they are going to feature us. You can give them the hashtag and let everyone know where to find them.
Yeah.
But so exciting.
That's
so
gonna
it's
be exciting.
It's very nice to be recognized, and you know that Kelly and I every week we try to showcase women who are doing amazing things, to be supportive, and to just get the word out there that women are great and women are doing stuff.
At I Can Help Official.
I Can Help Official. There
Thank you
go. Yeah.
for featuring Jamie and I.
That's right.
We
I
so
Can Help
appreciate
Official.
it.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, well, should we get her on? And then after our interview, we're going to do what we're going to try to do, a live Instagram as well as what we're doing.
Yes.
Let's get Cricket on. I have
Yes,
so
okay.
many good, interesting questions for her.
Yeah. This is never like a good angle for me. It's always, I feel like I need to pick the camera up a little bit so I don't have such a double chin. Hi! Hello! There she is. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I was just talking about how the angle of my computer makes me look like I have a double chin every time.
You need a box, Jamie. We'll pop it up in a box.
Next time.
I know.
There you go.
Well, so for people who don't know you, tell us who you are, what you do, and why you are so awesome.
Okay. That's a challenge. All right. My name is Cricket Masters. I'm a captain in the United States Marine Corps, and I fly CH-53s, which is the biggest helicopter that we have in our military. It's the only heavy lift platform, so I'm flying those out of Jacksonville, North Carolina, the Newark base.
Okay, that is badass.
So badass. I remember when I had met Cricket and she told me, she was like, yeah, because you are like the most humble, sweet, like, she's like, yeah, I just fly helicopter. I was like, what? You're like, yeah, I just fly just like a small helicopter. And she showed me the picture. I was like, Cricket, are you kidding me? This is like the most amazing thing ever.
That's great. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Like, do you have family in the military? How did you get interested? And then how did you end up flying these like crazy helicopters?
Okay, so my uncle was in the Air Force as a kid, and so I kind of, and I was little, so I really didn't have any big concept of what he was doing. I just knew that he was in Alaska, and it sounded really scary, and he sent me all kinds of postcards, and so that was really and then I heard stories. My great-grandpa was in the Navy, and so that was my introduction to the military. And then I watched The Guardian, which the Ashton Kutcher movie, which this is embarrassing.
I love it.
So I discovered the Coast Guard and the Coast Guard Academy. And so at this time, I'm probably a junior in high school.
Wow.
And I thought that it sounded really cool. And I happened to get a postcard in the mail from the Coast Guard Academy. And so I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. And so there were recruiters at my high school during lunch one day. And again, I didn't really know anything about the military. So now looking back, I'm shocked at the path that I ended up on. So I go up and I just assume they're in the Coast Guard for some reason. And so I ask, oh, are you all in the Coast Guard? And they're like, no, we're in the real Navy. Like, we drive the big ships. And I was like, oh, well, I'm not interested then. And so anyway, we have this, banter going back and forth. And they asked about my grades and things like that. And so they recommended the Naval Academy. So from there, I looked into it. The Naval Academy has this, it's called Summer Seminar. It's a 2-week program where you can go and you can just experience what it's like to be a midshipman.
Ooh.
Before. Yeah. And so I went. It was my first time flying. It was my first time away from home. It was this crazy adventure. And I loved it. It was amazing. I mean, the structure, the campus is stunning. The people, just the caliber of the people that you're interacting with every day. It was a wonderful experience. And so I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And so from there, I had to figure out what path I wanted to take. Originally, I was thinking Navy or naval aviation, so flying on the Navy side. But then my freshman summer, I was on a ship. We were coming from, it was the Nimitz, we were coming from Hawaii after a big exercise. And there was a Marine Corps squadron and there was a Navy squadron on there. And just my interactions with the Marines made me realize that was where I was supposed to be. So just a different character, different personality traits. What makes the Marine Corps is really what drew me to it. And so, yeah.
That's awesome. So did you have to go through boot camp?
So with officers, it's called Officer Candidate School. It's similar. It's 6 weeks long, I think. So with the Naval Academy, that kind of counts as our OCS.
Ah.
So I didn't do that. I just went to the academy.
So awesome.
Okay, so
Yeah.
how do you even learn to fly helicopters? Like, is there like a training wheel of helicopters like you start off on?
Yes, yeah. So actually, flight school is this really in-depth process. It took me 3 years to get through it.
Wow.
You start out in Pensacola, and you go through what's called IFS, which I think is Introduction Flight School. I'm really bad with acronyms, you'll find. But so essentially, they put us through these civilian pipelines so that we can learn how to fly a Cessna, which was the tiny little fixed-wing plane that most people start out on. And it's really just to give you that exposure to see if you're going to be airsick, to see if wow, this really isn't for me. That way they weed you out before they spend millions of dollars on your training.
Yeah. You finally get up in a helicopter and you're like puking your guts out. You're like,
So
that was a waste of
embarrassing.
3 years.
Exactly.
Right. You're like, I need to be on the ground.
Right.
Wah, wah.
That's a bad. Yeah. And so then you go into API, which it's this 6-week course of rigorous testing and academics. You have probably 80 to 90 page booklets you have to learn, and you have a test at the end of the week. You have to score an 80 or above, or else, and if you fail twice, then you're removed from the program.
Wow.
So just intense. It was finals week for months. super stressful. And then
Fun.
so after that, you go to what's called primary. There's 2. There's one in Florida, in Milton, and there's a second one in Corpus Christi, Texas. So I went to Corpus Christi, and from there you learn how to fly the T6, which is it's a prop fixed wing aircraft. It's kind of like the hot rod of. It's the engine is way too big for how small of an aircraft this is. It can do aerobatics, it can do forms, and so you go through this syllabus learning how to fly fixed wing, just to get your aviation skills kind of where they need to be.
Wow.
And so from there, it depends on how well you do. There's a grading process, and there's a bell curve to it. And the needs of the Navy and the Marine Corps, you put in your preferences on what you would like to fly, and they kind of take that into consideration, and they tell you where you're going.
So how do you,
so then,
when you're flying, even for a training mission or learning how to fly, do they give you different things to do? Okay, well, let's fly around this particular point. How are you graded? Do you have to do dips and
Flips
crazy
and
stuff?
Yeah, so it depends on what part of the syllabus you're in. In the beginning, you're solely just learning how to control, making sure your altitude is where it's at and your airspeed is correct, which sounds really easy, but it's not. And then you go into forms. And so then you're graded on, like, you're flying next to another aircraft.
Oh.
And so you're graded on your position next to that aircraft, your ability to maintain that position.
Wow.
Then you go into aerobatics. And so that's, yeah, exactly, your ability to do the loops and the spins and all the stuff. So all of it, and they have like very structured rubrics on, they grade you on your preparation, did you study enough, as well as like, this is the specific plus or minus this altitude, plus or minus this airspeed. Wow. Did you achieve those objectives? And then you get a grade for it. So it's very, very structured.
Wow. So how often do you get to fly now? So like, I know like in our minds.
What does this helicopter do?
Yeah, like in our minds, like you're just, you fly around, you like do this. And like, how often are you getting in, like suiting up and getting on the helicopter?
It depends. So right now, based on how the fleet is and how our maintenance is, keep in mind, my helicopter was made in like the 60s originally. So it was very, very old, and we use them and abuse them and just have really beaten the heck out of these helicopters. And so in a given week, I might be able to get 5 to 10 hours. That's really a lot.
Wow.
The goal is 30 hours a month. But there are a lot of pilots in our squadron. There are a lot of mouths to feed. There's a lot of quals that people need. So it just really depends on where you're at and what kind of qualification you're working towards for how often you're going to get to fly.
Gotcha.
And so we have our nighttime syllabus, our syllabi are broken up depending on what the moon looks like, which, so the moon is only out a certain period of time each month, and there's certain light levels that we have to fly in if we're not qualified to fly really, like in the really dark periods.
Yeah.
So then, if the moon's out and you're in that syllabus, then you're flying every day because we've got to get you through it. But if it's not, then you kind of sit on the bench and you wait until the moon comes back out. So
that's great. Okay, so but like, okay, what are these helicopters for? Is it for like war times? Are they shooting helicopters? Are you transporting people? Like, what's the, what do they do?
Yeah, so the CH-53 platform, it's the only heavy lift platform, and so our purpose is to transport troops, combat supplies in all weather conditions, day or night. And so, yeah, it's essentially, we have our specific missions that we go out and do, but primarily we pick up heavy things, we take them to where they need us to drop them off, and we put them back down. We pick up combat troops and we'll transport them. That way they don't have to hike as far. They don't have to carry all their gear. We will take, howitzers, I don't know if it's a really big artillery gun and it's really hard to move over ground. And so to speed up that process, we can externally lift it from outside of our helicopter. So our crew chiefs, there's doors on the belly of the helicopter that open up, and they will sit with their heads down looking at the ground.
What?
And they're telling us how to maneuver there's hooks hanging out of the bottom of it. It's crazy. And they're saying, come left, and they'll count and they'll make a stop and then come back this far and stop. I mean, they're essentially flying the helicopter from looking at the ground from the bottom of it, which is just incredible that they can have that kind of situational awareness to be able to do that. And so then, we hook up to this heavy equipment and we'll transport it somewhere else.
That is insane.
It's amazing.
First of all, I would be so sick. I can't even go on like roller coasters very well.
Yeah.
I would die. I don't even want to go on like the small teeny planes with the propellers, like I'm not doing that either. So while we would love to come and visit you, Jamie might go up. I will totally pass if we get an invite.
Kelly would be throwing up. I could totally do it. I'd be in for like that.
What? No. Okay. And, you see all these, military movies and all these kinds of things, right? Do you fly through like these huge storms? And have you ever had a close call while flying?
Okay, so with storms, you'll find in aviation there's a lot of rules. People don't realize that, but there's a lot of doctrine that we fly by. And so with those storms, no. Unless the mission dictates that, losing the helicopter is okay and losing the pilots that fly the helicopter is okay, then we're not going to risk flying through any kind of crazy storms or any icing or anything like that. We'll just we'll land and wait until it clears up a little bit. We'll circumnavigate. We'll do whatever we need to continue to get around it. But if we're not going to fly through any crazy storms, close calls, we did. I wouldn't call it a close call, but it was probably the most uncomfortable I've been. And that's part of, I am a really young co-pilot, and so my comfort bubble is a little smaller than most people's.
Yeah.
But we were flying out to California this past summer, like August timeframe, and it was right after that hurricane. It came up the Gulf and hit Louisiana, the one in August. Right. And so we're flying like past the remnants of it. And as we're flying along, the cloud layer just keeps getting lower and lower. And, I think there were like 5 of us. No, there were 3. We had 3 helicopters with us at the time. But still, so you're like, you really got your eyes locked on to Dash 1, and you're really hoping you don't lose them in that cloud bank because...
Oh my God, Cricket, I'm so worried about you. I'm going to be worried every night about you. I'm going to have my father check in on you because I'm very, very worried. I don't like any of this. I don't want you flying
in the clouds, right? If one slows down, you would hit each other, right?
I know.
And we have procedures for that. So yeah, you would call blind, and then you would turn away from the heading, and we separate in altitude. There are things that you do, and we train for those emergencies. It was just probably the most uncomfortable that I've been. Yeah. I wouldn't say it was unsafe. It was just outside of my
I would be crying hysterically. I'd be like, forget it, I can't do it. Like, is there a pack where you can like jump out and like?
No, that's not an option in helicopters.
Not an option. This is a true story and a very embarrassing story about me.
I can't wait to hear this.
So I am I'm very scared of flying. So I'm scared like on a big airplane. Like I don't understand like how things work. Like a helicopter, I understand. Like there's something going around. It seems like it would lift up. Like I get that. But a plane, I don't really understand how this shooting thing goes and it stays up. Don't understand. And so I've talked to pilots. They've explained like, Jamie, this is how you. And I was like, I don't understand. So under my seat, I've always reached down under my seat, and there's a plastic item underneath my
with all the trash and all the stuff.
And in my mind, that is my parachute. No. So for all of these years, I thought that
never going to happen.
So God forbid, if something happened when I was on a plane, I just assumed that I would remove the exit door, like they tell me every time, and I'd pack on my parachute and jump out. So I was maybe like 36 or like this is like 2 years ago, like no joke.
Like you really thought that?
Oh, like yeah, and I always reached and I said, okay, I have my parachute, I'm good. And my friend Janie said to me, she goes, you know that there's no parachute, right? And I was like, no, it's under my seat. I feel it every time. And she was like, that is your life vest. And I was like, what? Like a mind blown. I was like. And even now, like, I still reach down and I'm like, I still believe it's a parachute.
You're going to jump out with your life vest on.
I know. Oh. So, Cricket, so tell us what it's about. Like, so since we're a show, it's women changing our world. Tell us a little bit about what it's like to be a woman in the military. So how do you, like, are there a lot of other women who you kind of fly with? How was it being a woman in the military? Like, what kind of things did you say?
Yeah.
I think things that I've experienced, it really depends on the community that you're with. There were some training squadrons that I was with prior to going to helicopters that there was like one other woman in my squadron and we were not well received. It was one of those experiences where you walk into a room and everyone stops talking and you realize they were either talking about you or they were saying something that they should not say in front of a woman.
Right.
So it was, definitely a boys' club environment. I was glad that I got to leave.
Yes.
But now that I am in helicopters, my squadron it's incredible. We have 3 female pilots right now and plenty of female crew chiefs. And so this is the first time that I've really gotten to walk around my workspace and see people who look like me, which is really, really inspiring. And it's awesome that one of the pilots, we went to school together. We rode on the crew team together. So she was just 2 years ahead of me. So she's been like a mentor the whole way. And so that was really, really great. But yeah, so it really just depends on, I think, the community that you're a part of and how many women have gone before you to kind of like break that mold and break up the boys' club a little bit. I would say, I was definitely in a pretty toxic environment there for a little bit, but
now you're good.
Moved on.
Well, good. Well, you're getting so much props. Krista Jackson from Oklahoma is saying, what an awesome lady. Thank you for all you do. We're getting other things in here. Thank you for your service and paving the path for young ladies. You are a terrific role model for women breaking through the glass ceiling, pun intended on the term ceiling. Thank you so much for your service. People are loving you.
Yes.
Oh, great. Well, thank you.
You are such an inspiration. You really are. Like to see, like, you know, even like someone that's like, we're all similar in age, like to have such an amazing career like you have and continue. Like, so what is next for you? What is your goal? Like, what are you going to go Top Gun style? Like, what is the plan
Top
here?
Gun style.
Well, so my squadron is in a really interesting spot where there is a new model of our helicopter coming out.
Yes, finally, not the one from the 60s. Yes.
and our squadron is the first one to get it. And so there's also a MUVE happening in July, which is kind of like our deployments. We attach to an Osprey squadron. We go on a naval ship, and then we kind of float around the ocean as a force projection. You know, we're kind of like the police force of the ocean is a good way to put it, I think. Just to kind of keep everyone aligned. Hey, we're here. We're floating around.
Yeah, very cool. You might see my cousin. He is a Marine and is deployed right now and is also on a ship.
Cool. But yeah, so my goal, I would like to transition to the new helicopter, the Kilo. And then from there, you know, I'd be in the squadron for another 3 years, learning how to fly the Kilo. And then there is our FRS, our Fleet Readiness Squadron, is still in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and they will get the Kilo after we do. And so then you're teaching new students how to fly the Kilo, which I think I haven't really gotten the opportunity to be a teacher as much as I would like to, but from the experiences that I've had, I really enjoy, you know, helping others find that passion and helping them learn and helping them grow. So that's kind of where I want to end up at.
Well, that is, I think you would be an amazing teacher. Like, I think you're patient and you're just so, I think you would be amazing at all that. And we are pulling for you. We want you to get the new helicopter. Kelly and I are sending a letter. I will send them a letter and tell them that you deserve the new helicopter.
Yeah, because they're really going to listen to us.
They really want to hear from me, let me tell you.
Yeah,
I know. Okay, well, thank you for coming on, and the floor is yours. You say whatever you like. If you want to inspire women, we would love to hear a little snippet from you. It's yours.
Okay, yeah. I guess what I would say is, from all the experiences that I've had, I think that making sure that you reach out and you have those people behind you, a good support system of people to talk to vent to, mentors ahead of you, and then just, you know, don't sell yourself short. Own the room when you walk into it, and let people know that you're there and your voice matters and that you are the intelligent, courageous person that you are, and just, you know, chase after your dreams. So
perfect ending.
I love it.
Cricket, you are the best. We are pulling for you. I love you so much. Congratulations on your wedding. She just got married.
Congratulations. And when you get the new helicopter, send us a pic. We'll post it on our page of you in the new badass rig.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you so much, Cricket. It was so wonderful to see you, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Okay.
Bye! She's awesome.
She is awesome. She would make a fantastic teacher.
I think she
is just...
Yeah, I want to see the new helicopter. First of all, I would never go on a helicopter.
Really?
No, I would never get on one.
And can you believe that they're still flying helicopters from the 60s? Like, our government, like, we're still flying helicopters that are 60 years old. Like, what's happening?
That's weird. I don't know.
It's crazy.
I don't know.
Because you would think that our military always has, like, you know, the newest, best, like, ships and planes and stuff
you
like
would
that.
think.
But I guess, you know.
I guess not.
I guess not. But
Okay.
you know, I guess how much a helicopter probably is. I mean, it's probably a lot of money.
$1 billion?
It's probably a lot of money. And you can't, like, it's probably not like you can't, like, order it on, like, ustarget.com. And you're like, hey, throw us a helicopter. We don't like it. We'll just return it Amazon Prime style.
I mean, I think you can buy a helicopter, but not like that kind of helicopter.
I don't think, our military has, like, badass helicopters.
I know, it's crazy. Okay, should we try this Instagram live thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kelly and I are going to try one more
hey,
time.
we're going to try it. We never really can figure it out, so I'm going to try. Let's see.
Yeah, so if you're going to
Okay.
watch on Instagram.
I know. I don't know.
We have lots more. We're going to do some tweets. While Kelly is doing that, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. Thank you so much, Panera Bread, for sponsoring our amazing show. Shout out to Colonial Auto Center.
Yes.
Best place to buy new or used vehicles or to service your current vehicle. Picasso Swig Craft Bar. Check out all of our crafts if you are looking to get crafty at home.
There you go. Okay, I'm going live.
Picasso Swig.
I was checking
is your
my connection.
place. She is going live.
I'm going to try. Oh, I'm live. Hello, everybody. I am Kelly. Welcome to Women Changing Our World. We are live on our Facebook page called Women Changing Our World. We're going to see if we can get Jamie on here.
I know. I don't see you yet. Should I turn on
I don't know.
airplane mode
I'm
here?
on. Let's see. Judah's the master at
Really? All right.
doing,
Airplane
getting
mode
you on.
Oh, there you are.
Okay, let's see if we can get it to work this time. Are you there?
No.
I don't know. But I have so many funny stories to tell you.
Okay, so tell me a story while we're doing that, while Jude is here.
Okay. So you know I have this puppy, Rex.
I do.
He's a real pain, but he's so cute. Like, we put up with
Yeah,
him.
he is adorable.
Okay.
A Shih Tzu.
My 7-year-old, I'm like getting ready for the show. She is supposed to be watching the puppy. She comes in and she goes, Mom, you have to see Rex. He's twerking with his baby. We know what that means. I was like, oh, that's fun. He learned a dance move.
That is hilarious.
That's hysterical.
Oh, he learned a dance move. He learned to TikTok. That's so funny, Rory.
I know. I was like, that's awesome. So what else was funny this weekend?
Judah and I have requested you, Kelly.
Oh, okay. Do you request?
Thank you, Judah.
Go live with Jamie.
Let's do it. So I have a funny story. Kind of
Okay.
not funny, but kind of annoying for me. But so Ryan sent me a picture this week, and it was a picture of a bird cage with
I
two
know where this is
small
going.
birds on my coffee table, which was very confusing to me because I know that we do not own birds. But when I got home, I am the proud new owner of 2 small birds named Salt and Pepper. And Ryan basically said that he's trying to find them a new home. So
He's really keeping them.
I don't know. So if any of you have birds out there, tell me in the comments like what you. I'm very confused.
I don't like birds.
So they just sit in a cage all day and just tweet and chirp and like what do they do? Can you I can't let them out of the cage, right?
Are
And
their
fly
wings
around?
clipped?
I would assume not.
I don't know. You would
They're
think you
birds.
could take them out of the cage.
No, I tried to put my hand in there and they're like, God damn, they like fly
Who had
around.
the birds in the first place?
So Ryan's friend Sean,
Why did Sean get rid of the birds?
because he said they were keeping him up at night.
Oh, so that's perfect for you, and you can't sleep anyway.
So I hear the birds, but I feel bad for them because they're in a cage.
I don't
You
know
know
what you do with them.
I don't want them to be in a cage. I want to let them loose.
Here, I'll
but
just let you.
everyone says that if I let them loose,
They're gonna die.
They're going to die, and I don't want them to die. I
Who's
just want
gonna
them-
clean the
So
cage?
if you're out there and you would like 2 birds named Salt and Pepper, let me know. These could be your birds.
Okay. Well, I think we're gonna have to nix the Instagram.
Why? Maybe I should turn off airplane mode and see how that goes.
I don't know. Well, we'll try it. We'll try it when we're not on our live show.
Okay, that
Okay,
sounds
we'll try it.
wonderful.
Sorry, guys. Goodbye. We tried. And now, let's delete that. Well,
All right, well, that was really great. I'm so glad we tried that.
Oh, okay. So I have a product pick of the week.
Oh, tell me.
Tag Albemarle
We
Hemp
haven't
Company,
done-
will you?
We have not done product picks in a really long time.
No. Okay. So I have insomnia. I don't sleep very well. I can
Yes.
go to sleep fine, but then it's like 2:00 in the morning. Then I'm awake for like the next 2 or 3 hours.
Yes, okay.
Okay. So one of my friends suggested CBD.
Okay.
Like CBD oils, blah, blah, blah. I don't like the taste of that. So I found this amazing company called Albemarle Hemp Company.
Albemarle Hemp.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm doing these CBD gummies before I go to bed. Mm-hmm. I have never slept better.
Really?
Really, I have never slept better. It makes me like calm and relax.
Really?
And I like stay asleep.
We have talked about this on the show that I don't know about this. I'm a little.
No, I'm telling you. And
don't know.
I talked to some of my other friends who like go to Albemarle Hemp Company. Like you can order it online. They have tons of great CBD things. One of my friends uses it on her aches and pains, like after she works out.
Oh, like
they
she
have
rubs
like
it in?
Right, she rubs it in. But anyway, check them out, Albemarle Hemp Company. They deliver nationwide. I dig them. The owner, Joe, is awesome. His wife like really runs the operation. So I'm going to try to have her come on the show.
That sounds fun. I wonder if they get to just sample all the products all day.
Well, I don't
Like
think you
you
want to
walk
take
in-
that much. It's not THC.
Oh, see, I don't even know the difference. Like you walk in, this is what I picture. I picture Joe on a beach chair in the warehouse making the CBD, and he has a cocktail, and he's like, "What's up?" Like that's
No.
what I picture. I wonder if they get to
Anyway,
taste
and I
all
think
stuff.
he might be on. They might be on a Jerry show either today or later
So
this
fun.
week.
I love
to talk
it.
about what they do. But anyway, if you're having problems sleeping or have anxiety, aches and pains, depression, anything, this will not replace medication.
Yeah.
You have to check with your doctor first.
That's
I'm
right.
not recommending that.
Because you are not a doctor.
I am not. Well, listen, with all my kids' medical needs and how many times I've been in and out of the hospital with my kids,
Yeah.
I pretty much am, Jamie.
you can do
You can just
surgery.
start calling me Dr. Jackson.
Could you imagine if Kelly was your daughter? She walks in and you're like, I need my liver operated on. Kelly's like, which side is that on? You're like, what, doctor? Right before you fall asleep, you're like,
I don't know.
Kelly's like, well, it's okay. I gave you a little Botox. And you're like, well, what about the liver? And she's like, oh,
who cares about the liver?
That's right. You look great.
Glass of wine, you'll be fine.
So let me tell you. So we have top 10 books of this year.
Oh, okay. And then I want to
actually,
talk about what
because
I'm watching on Netflix.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the top 10 books, and then one of them is a personal favorite. So The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt.
Oh, I heard people talk about that.
Have you The Goldfinch? This is so funny because it says it's a captivating tale, follows a disgruntled teen displaced after a terrible accident.
Oh, geez, sorry.
Oh my God!
Sorry about that. Sorry. I was trying to like look at our comments on Facebook, and it like pulled up our live show on there.
That's happened to me
know what
before.
happened.
So The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, check that out. Joy at Work by Marie Kondo. So Marie Kondo was a big hit for 2020. Finding joy in your life.
I did that.
Yeah.
My closet had never looked better.
Yeah.
Then I literally had nothing to wear. I had like 2 T-shirts, a pair of
You
jeans.
gave away all of the things that do not bring you joy.
And then I was like, 6 months later, I was like, where's that sweater? Effing gone.
Yeah.
It was going to give me joy.
Right.
But it didn't give me joy in the summer because it was
didn't.
hot.
Right. It didn't bring you joy.
Ugh.
So you didn't need it. And you know what? I have a problem of keeping all of my old clothes, like different, like, you know how you keep different sizes of clothes and you're like,
Yeah.
I'll fit into that one day.
Yeah.
But no, Marie Kondo says that will not bring you joy. Get rid of it.
Okay, so this is what happened. I lost like 40, maybe 50 pounds,
Yeah.
remember? So none of my clothes really fit, which is like a good problem.
Yeah.
Right? But it's COVID. I wear literally nothing but my bathrobe or pajamas.
Yeah.
So
You don't need any of it.
I'm not going to go and spend money to buy clothes because no one's ever going to see me.
Right.
Except here. And, I have something else funny about clothes now that we're going down this rabbit hole.
Yes.
We have an unfinished basement.
Yes.
Okay, my daughter found a bin of like clothes I wore in the 90s. I think they were like in my
Wow.
parents' like basement, and when they were cleaning stuff out, they gave me the bins and I just threw them down there. I didn't even look at them.
Yeah.
Clothes that I wore in the 90s or like early 200s, right?
Yeah.
2000s.
Yeah.
She's obsessed with them.
Yeah.
They are all back in style. Do you remember Doc Martens?
Yes. Yes.
Those are in. Mom jeans, back in.
Yes.
Scrunchies, in.
All of that. That is a very good find.
So anyway,
Good
she was
job.
very excited. So now she's digging through my closet. We're the same size now. We can wear the same size
Yeah.
shoes and clothes.
Yes.
So she's always like, ooh, Mom, can I order this online clothes-wise? I'm like, let me look at it. If I like it,
Then she gets
I
it.
let her order it because then I also can wear it.
I love that
If I
idea.
don't like it, I said, you've really crossed the line on your budget for the month.
I love it. So a couple of other books here. The Gift of Forgiveness by Catherine Pratt. Inspiring stories from those who have overcome the unforgivable. So forgiveness. Do you see the pattern of books this year is like, you know, attending to your self-care,
Yeah.
figuring out how to forgive, live your best life.
Ooh, Amy Gillespie is watching. Remember we had our daughter Autumn on?
Yeah. Hi, Amy. How are you? I know.
Thanks
I've
for
been
watching.
following Autumn. I
love
She's such
her.
a beautiful singer. And then a book that's on the top 10 that is back, The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman.
BS. I call BS on the 5 love languages.
Have you heard The 5 Love Languages?
Yes, I mean, okay, fine, not BS, but like,
Have you heard The 5
Yes.
Love Languages? Yes. And I forget what they are. So it's physical touch. These are the ways
Gift
that
giving.
you like to receive love. So if you take an action, like this is the way that you perceive love. Gift giving, physical
right.
touch.
Yeah. Positive reinforcement.
Positive reinforcement.
That's my husband.
See? Everyone has their
No,
own
mine's
love.
like, if you cook dinner, do the laundry, clean the kitchen, I feel loved and
So
appreciated.
gifts.
No, it's not a gift, an act of service.
An
That's
act of
another one,
ser-
an act of service.
yes.
I'm an act of servicer.
Yes.
Meaning like, if you buy me and take me on vacation,
There you go. Receiving gifts and then quality time is the other one.
I've had so much do you know what my love language is right now? No quality time. Meaning no time with you.
Right.
Not you, but
Yeah.
just in
Right.
general.
Yes.
That is, put that on the love. That's going to be the 6th love language. Leave me alone. That is my love language. Don't ask me for shit. That's mine.
No, that's very true. Yeah, but acts of service, that's good when you do stuff. Receiving gifts. Lots of people like to receive gifts, and that's how they feel loved.
See, I like to give gifts.
Yeah.
But receiving gifts, if I want something, I just buy it.
I'm definitely words of affirmation. I like words of affirmation. I like when people are like, keep going.
That's
do
Adam.
Good. I really like that. Hey, that's great. Like, thank you. I love you too.
Well, thank God that's not mine, because I would be like I'd be like laying in bed crying every day. My kids are definitely not like, Mom, do you know what? That grilled cheese was awesome you made me. Keep up the good work on that laundry. Does not happen.
Mom, you fold socks the best.
Yeah.
I know.
No.
What
else?
Check out some books of this year. Positive Affirmations, 5 Love Languages. Yeah, all kinds. And a Stephen King book came out last year.
My oldest, Lena, loves and reads Stephen King all the time.
Stephen King, The Outsider. It's one of the best books of 2020.
Oh, no, she's reading that.
Flawless character development,
read it.
engaging storyline. Follow the aftermath, discovering unspeakable crime. The Outsider.
Okay, and it's a show.
Yes.
There's a series.
Yes.
The book that she's reading, I think, with that book, it's like over 1,000 pages.
Wow.
But anyway.
So tell us what you're watching on Netflix.
Okay, so here's an array of things I'm watching. Okay, they're not all on the top 10, because you can find those yourself when you log in. It'll be like the top 10.
Right.
So I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go a little deeper. Okay. If you like funny, there is a Canadian sitcom called Kim's Convenience. It's hysterical. It's kind of like Schitt's Creek.
Okay.
Love Schitt's Creek.
Yes, Schitt's Creek's the best. But I've already watched Schitt's Creek so many times. So Kim's Convenience. It's about an Asian family. Mr. Kim is the dad. He owns a convenience store. The family lives above the convenience store.
Okay.
It is hysterical. Eat a gummy, watch that.
That is funny.
So I really like that. Okay, for sci-fi fans, I love sci-fi. Lena hates
sci-fi
them.
too. I like sci-fi too.
So this is kind of Harry Potter meets Gossip Girl meets 50 Shades of Grey.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay. It's called The Magicians.
Interesting.
There's 5 seasons. It's very good, very sci-fi though. So you have to be into
Got it.
magic and stuff.
Okay.
So I dig that. If you're a New Yorker,
Yes.
which you
I
are, I think you will like this document series called Pretend It's a City. It's very funny. It's a documentary with this lady. What is her name?
I like this.
Fran.
Okay.
Her name is Fran.
Fran.
Fran Leibowitz. She's
Okay.
famous in New York, I guess,
yes.
for being. She's very grumpy. She complains. She does nothing but complain.
Okay.
So I think that's good. So I liked that. And those are my picks for this week.
What about Bridgerton? Did we talk about that last week?
Yeah, but that's already in the top 10. People could already find that.
I love Bridgerton.
I mean, I liked it. You know, they're coming out with a second season.
I love Bridgerton. I actually watched it twice. I really
Why
loved
did you
it.
watch it twice?
I don't know, because it's just very, I wanted to see it. Because I got to the end and there was all this stuff happening and I was like, oh, I forgot what happened in the beginning. And I wanted to go back and see the character development of it. So I loved Bridgerton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are all the shows? They did season premiere late. Like before Christmas. So they did 1 or 2 shows. Then they were gone and they're still not back. It is COVID, damn it.
Yeah.
We need our shows back.
Well, and they're saying that I think Netflix is supposed to drop tons of movies this year.
I don't want the movies. I need the full series.
Well, it's probably hard for them to film during COVID. It's probably a lot to get people
No,
together. And
I don't think so. NFL's done it.
Yeah.
Basketball has done it.
I know.
Figure it out.
But so what
Hollywood.
they're saying is that there's tons of movies that Netflix is, because obviously Netflix has been so successful in the movies that they've released and all these amazing shows that are exclusive to Netflix. So when they release the movies, all the movie theaters are worried because what will happen? Is the movie theater gone? Will people continue to go?
I love going to the movie theater. Shout out, okay, you should tag Alamo if you can. Alamo Draft House.
Yes.
Is my favorite movie theater of all time.
Okay.
Their food is delish. Their seats recline and your feet go up.
Yes.
Their popcorn is unlimited refills. So Alamo Draft House, I miss you.
I know.
And Jamie and I would love to come to the theater if you want to give us a private showing of whatever.
We were talking about before the show ways that the movie theater could market. Because I said, Kelly,
you can rent out the movie.
Pretty quarantine, hasn't been doing anything, and I've been, at my store, but I haven't really been doing anything. So I said to Kelly, what could I do to convince you if I own the movie theater to go to the movie theater? And she was like, nothing. Absolutely, I will not be going. And I was like, what if I gave you free food for life? And she was like, I will be going. How do I get to the
Alamo
movie
Draft
theater?
House? If you say, I get free food for life at any Alamo Draft House my family.
Would you take the family and risk the COVID?
No, I'll risk the COVID myself. I will wear a full hazmat suit, like 20 masks, and get the free food for life. Their pizza is banging.
Okay, so you would do it.
I would do it.
They gave you Alamo. She's
Did you
talking
tag
to you.
Alamo?
I did not. She's talking to
tag
you,
Alamo.
Alamo.
Alamo, I'm talking to you. I love you. You're my favorite movie theater place. Okay, once I get this vaccine, if I ever get it, and that's going to put me on a different rant.
Yes.
The second I get the vaccine, and it's like, I know it's working, Alamo, you are my first stop. I'm not kidding. I love them so much. Okay, now down to the vaccine.
Yes, let's talk about the vaccine.
Okay, first of all, I can't figure out how to get it. I fill out this form from like the Virginia Health Department. I have to fill it out for my business. I get some reply back. I haven't heard anything. Everyone's saying there's not enough. People can't get the second dose.
Right.
Now there's a new strain of COVID that's like 75% more. What is that called?
Yeah.
Help me.
I don't know what the new strain is.
No, it's 75 more contagious.
Oh, yeah.
More deadly, and they don't even know if the vaccine will cover this new strand.
And this is what I was talking about today, is I really don't think that we are going to be out of this for another year. I really don't. I think that the vaccines are coming out. It's too slow. The rollout has not been like, a lot of healthcare workers have been getting it.
10 months, how did no one figure out that there was going to be a vaccine?
We should talk about what we talked about. It was vulnerable and real. Suggestion.
Well, that's up to Jamie.
But
But so in 10 months, how did nobody be like, there's eventually going to be a vaccine. I'm going to create a plan so when the time comes, we can roll it out.
yeah, I don't understand what we've been doing for all this time.
Businesses are not going to survive much longer.
There's no, and the crazy part, so, I'm a local business owner, I'm a small business owner, and we were talking about, like, if this goes on for another year, there are only so many things that you can do to drive traffic to your business. Like, with small businesses, with, small budgets, small marketing dollars, there's only so many things you can do to drive the market. Well, and I think it's going to be very, very hard for local business owners to continue to pay rent, especially in large plazas that are out there that businesses are having to pay this exorbitant amount of rent.
And they can't bring in customers.
And you can't bring in customers. There's only so much you can really do. And I think that the landlords out there, like, this is just my personal opinion, for a landlord, like, we understand that you all have, your own banks to take care of, but for them not to be recognizing businesses that are struggling and to have businesses pull out of their shopping centers to leave vacancies is crazy to me.
I would rather get some money than no money.
So
I would.
And what's so funny is that's what everyone thinks. Like, the general population is like, landlords they'll take the money. Like, that is not the case. Landlords are basically saying, if you don't have the money, then we want our plaza to be empty.
I don't understand why they would do that.
So we are seeing,
I don't know, somebody in real estate, anybody who's in commercial real estate that's watching, we would love to talk to you. Send us a message. We want you to come on the show. We want you to explain this to us. Because really, your only choices are to keep paying rent.
Yeah, so what are you going to do? What's the plan? What do you do?
Right?
Well, yeah, you got to either you keep paying rent or you go business bankrupts.
Right.
Right? And then you're never going to get money from a bank, at least for 5 years, to start a new one. So what are you supposed to do?
I think we are seeing the continual decline of small businesses because the market itself is pushing out these smaller businesses. And I think you'll start to see more businesses taking their things online, selling because think about it. If you have a store and you're selling everything online, how much does that cost you?
Yeah, you do it from your house.
Right, nothing.
And then you can write off your home office in your taxes.
Right. So instead of
So
you're
why wouldn't
talking
you do
about
that?
The movie theater, right? So if no one's going to the movie theater, Netflix comes in and they say, "Okay, great. If you don't want to go to the movie theater, I'm going to set up your Netflix movie theater at home. Here you go." What if Netflix came out with an audio system that you could install in your house and you can stream all of your Netflix and it's like the movie theater?
You can do that now.
Right. But what I'm saying,
I mean, we have a movie theater in my house.
right, like tying it to Netflix, like it's a Netflix supported something. Like, are we seeing the decline?
Or
of
like on
businesses?
DirecTV or any of the
Right.
channels, right? Like
Right.
new movies that come out, you can rent them for $20 for 2 days.
Right.
Like I was like, I'm not paying $20. And I was like, you realize that if we went to the movie theater at Alamo, again, love you, Alamo.
Right. How much does it cost you to go to a movie with your family?
Well, with the amount of food and
Right.
drinks and tickets,
Right.
I see we easily drop $150.
Right. That's just on a movie. So are we replacing, are all of these businesses, like, are we replacing them with at-home things? You see gyms.
I don't know.
Look at gym. Peloton.
Peloton.
All this stuff. Right. It has transformed the business. And I think that it is going to get harder. And I do think, like, with the vaccines, I think the rollout has been extremely slow. I think that
I don't
people
understand.
cannot figure out how to get it. My father, who's over the age of 65 in New Jersey.
My parents are still waiting.
They have no vaccines. They have not enough. And right, like Kelly said, what have you been doing for 10 months? You knew the vaccine was coming. You would assume that our best people in government would have figured out, oh wait, if Amazon can get me a package overnight, surely the top people in government can figure out, or
Okay, how about this? So my daughter, my oldest, has food allergies,
Right.
And so she has to carry around an EpiPen.
Right.
Right, so an EpiPen is epinephrine-filled injector.
Yeah.
You jab it into your leg, the medicine goes in, it stops allergic reactions.
Yeah.
Why can't you put the vaccine in something like that and partner
Adminis-
with Amazon and ship it to everybody?
administer it yourself.
All they do is like, you
Right.
jab it in your leg like an
Right.
EpiPen, you're immunized. Like,
Right.
why can't we do that?
And if it's the part that everyone's like, we have to keep it cold, like that's only one vaccine.
How about the others?
If you can't keep it cold, oh, there's another place that's making vaccine. Like, we're not rolling it out fast enough. And
Where is CVS? CVS, you can give me the flu shot.
Right.
Why can't you jab the...
There's not enough vaccines. So I
don't
think that
understand.
if,
I just don't understand.
hypothetically speaking, if people don't get, and let's say everyone gets vaccinated, but if we don't get vaccinated till May, June, July, August, we're already into next winter. We're already in, so now we've been in this in next winter, a year and 9 months, there is no way that businesses are going to be able to hold on for that long.
Okay,
It
but
is impossible.
on that front, we were talking about the vaccine. Okay, so for the first time since 1983, the beer giant isn't advertising its iconic Budweiser brand during the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, it's donating money it would have spent on the ads to coronavirus vaccination awareness. Vaccination awareness? How about, like, what's the point of vaccination awareness if no one even can get the vaccine? Why don't you donate it to, like, the company to, like, make more vaccines?
I thought that's what you were going to say. I was like, more vaccinations? I mean, people
No,
are,
awareness.
People are pretty aware.
Are people not aware
Is this
of what's
Budweiser?
happening?
Budweiser, I would like to save you a little bit of money. People are very aware that there's a vaccine. Are you convinced? Maybe they're trying to convince people to get it, but like people have pretty much made their decision, and we're pretty much aware.
I don't think a Budweiser commercial.
No.
I don't think a commercial on TV. If I'm like very anti-vax,
Right.
which I'm not, I want the vaccine.
Right.
I don't think a Budweiser commercial with the Clydesdales telling
Or
me to
that-
get the vaccine
the Clydesdales-
is like really going to change it
They're
for me.
pulling the vaccine behind them, and you're like, oh, that's so beautiful. Where do I get my vaccine? And then you go on to CDC.gov, and it's like, can't get it. And you're like, thank you, Clydesdale. That seems like a very big waste.
And realistically, who's watching live TV now anyway?
Well, the Super Bowl is one of the big, obviously, like,
Right,
the
but they're not
biggest.
advertising on the Super Bowl about the vaccine.
Right.
I don't know. I don't understand.
I don't know
Oh,
where
my
they're
dad
from.
has a funny joke.
Oh,
because
what
we were
is the
talking
joke?
about the CBD, Albemarle hemp.
Yes.
He's dad joke. CBD is farm, PHARM to table. I think he made that up. I think that was funny.
That is very funny.
Good
Yeah.
job, Rick Postal.
CBD.
Shout out to my mom. She had a little surgery last week.
did.
She's doing very well, recovering. Thank you, UVA Hospital, for taking such good care of my
Rosemary.
lovely mother.
Rosemary, I was just talking about you yesterday. You are so lovely. I hope you're doing good.
She is lovely.
know
And
she
she, they give you pain pills and stuff afterwards. She was a funny lady. She was a funny lady.
Yes,
But I'm
she
glad she's
always
doing
is
better.
funny. She's so wonderful. I love your parents. Your parents are really awesome.
My parents are good.
Yeah.
I mean, I was pretty lucky.
You got a couple of good. I'd keep them.
They're even putting in a pool, which I like them even more.
That's even hello pool. I love that.
Thank you for the pool.
I'm dying to go into a pool. I'm dying to go on vacation.
I just want to go on vacation.
I want to get I just want to go anywhere.
Where are you going to go? If you could go anywhere, where are you going?
I really would love to go to Italy, but if I can't, because if I don't have that option,
I don't think they let you come back.
I'll just settle for a little Mexico, maybe down to the Bahamas. Just hop on down there.
Jamaica, I love Jamaica. Jamaica's my favorite. The people are the nicest there. I love it.
I just want a little tropical drink. I want to sit on the beach. I want to see. I'm happy to see no one. I just don't want to be in my house anymore.
I know. I don't either. I don't either.
I know.
Hey, we could since my basement's unfinished, we could fill it with sand.
That would be
And
fun.
I have an inflatable pool that we use in the backyard. We could put that down there and get the outside heat lamps.
Like tanning lights.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Set up
And we could do our show from there.
That would
a
be
tiki
so
bar,
fun.
and we'll make Rory and Lena serve us drinks.
Yeah, you know how Regis and Kelly, they used to go to they're like, we're live today in
Yeah.
Las Vegas. That's what we could do. Kelly and Jamie, we're live today from Kelly's beach basement. That would be amazing.
That would be so funny.
I love that idea.
I don't think we have any guests on next week, do we?
Let's do it. I don't think we have a guest for next week, no.
Well, it might just be the Kelly and Jamie show.
I know. But we have Hannah coming up. We have Lindsay coming up. We have so many good people.
Yeah, I have some people in the works,
Queen
too.
of Versailles.
Did we finally get her back?
She is coming. We don't have the date yet, but they said that she's going to find a date. So when she's been jet setting. She's been on the move.
Yeah, but she has a gazillion bucks. She's on a private jet.
I know.
I'm going to ask, maybe we could ask her if we could borrow her private jet to fly us somewhere.
That would be amazing.
She could come. I bet she'd be fun as
She would be so much fun.
Yeah. We can go fly to Australia and visit Hannah.
That would be so amazing. I would love to hang out with Hannah. So she told me that these days, because I was like, hey, Hannah, when we were talking, I was like, we could do a late night interview and then we could all have cocktails. And she was like, yeah, I'm in bed by 10. And I was like, oh, right, the baby thing. Damn it. Because if you've watched Below Deck, you know that Hannah is she's such an awesome,
She's hysterical. She's my favorite.
She is. She's so great.
And she got in trouble for her CBD pen. I don't know if it was
so
CBD.
ridiculous.
I don't think it was
Sandy.
CBD. Whatever.
And Malia, I didn't like it one bit.
Yeah, Malia, jerk.
Yeah, so lame,
Okay.
Malia.
Well, I hope you
But
have a
that'd
good
be
week.
fun one. Thank you. You too.
Thanks. I'll be seeing you because we're going to be crafting.
Oh yes, I know. We have a little photo shoot going on. So
I'm excited.
I know.
I'll try to do my hair.
Yes, our photographer said, do you have any models? I was like, yes, I do. All of my friends are models. I will have them there for my Instagram-worthy photo shoot.
I love it.
I only
Okay, but I want to be in first because I don't want to be around
models.
other people.
No, you're the only people I know.
Oh.
You're the only people that are coming. I was like, I have the perfect people. All of my friends are models. Every one of them.
One in particular.
But I'm only inviting one of them. That's all I need. She's like, oh, great. Yeah. Yeah, no, so it'll be fun. We're going to do a little photo shoot.
Okay, well, I hope you have a good week.
You too.
See you next
safe.
week, guys.
See you next week. Thank you. And continue to change the world, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Follow us on Facebook.
Instagram, please follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram. Yeah.
Share
check it
and
out.
like the show. We
and share the
appreciate
show.
it.
Give us a chat. If you know anyone who's changing your world and you want to see them on our show, please reach out. We'd love to have them.
Do it.
So thanks, guys. Have a great week.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Judah. Good show.
Aw.
I really liked the interview.
Yes, she was so great. Cricket.
Yeah, I thought she was good.